All right. Hey guys, Mr. Dell here. We are looking at, this is CC3, CPM CC3, course 3. This is the closure activities, the closure questions, number 3-122. So on this question, it wants us to follow order of operations to simplify the expressions below. So order of operations, do we remember those? Let me quickly go through those real quick. So order of operations, I usually remember it by PEMDAS, okay? And then I usually write it like this because PEMDAS is specific. You've got your first step. You're always to look for parentheses. And more specifically would be grouping symbols because sometimes it's not parentheses. Sometimes it's brackets or braces or other things. So grouping symbols or parentheses. And then E for exponents. Okay, that's your when you have something to a power, a raised power, right? So in this case, 3 to the second, your exponent is your raised power. And MD, what is that? Multiply, divide. So multiply, divide, I've got them on the same line because they're meant to happen at the same time and not one before the other. What matters is the direction. So it's always left to right, right? So no matter what does that mean? If I had 2 divided by 4 times 3, I don't multiply before I divide. I just go left to right, right? So I would actually divide first, which would give me 2 divided by 4 is 1/2, then times 3, then multiply by 3, which would give me 3/2. So divide, then multiply. It's left to right. It doesn't matter which one's first as far as either one. Let me reword that. Either one can go first. What matters is the direction left to right. Okay. And that's the same thing with add and subtract. So AS is add and subtract, right? Add and subtract would be the same situation. So if I had 6 minus 3 plus 2, the big mistake is some people want to add that first, but it's just left to right. So it would be 6 minus 3, 3, then plus 2, 5. So left to right. All right, so that's order of operations. So I'm going to use those. So I'm going to move this down a little bit. I'm going to use those to simplify my question. And the question I'm simplifying here is I've got this long 6 squared. I need to use order of operations. So I have 6 squared minus parentheses 5 minus 4, or you would say the quantity of 5 minus 4 plus 2 times the quantity of 8 minus 2 to the second power, all and then divided by 8. So I look and I say my first step is parentheses. So I want to deal with what's in the parentheses first. So I'm going to rewrite this 6 squared minus what? What do I get inside that set of parentheses? Well, 5 minus 4, I can just put down as 1. I have to do the subtraction. And then plus 2 times, I got another set of grouping symbols. So in that set of grouping symbols, though, what's interesting is that I have, though, 8 minus 2 squared. So I have an exponent and a subtraction. So I would take the 2 squared first. So I'll rewrite that above. That's really 8 minus 4, right? 2 squared is 4. So then in the parentheses, 8 minus 4 is 4, and then divided by 8. So this is now rewritten after doing the first step of grouping symbols. Now the next step is exponents. So I look and scan. I still have some exponents. I do here. 6 squared. 6 squared is 6 times 6, which is 36. So I'm just going to rewrite after each step just so that way it's very clear on what I'm doing. And then now multiply, divide from left to right. So I'm scanning. I've got subtraction. I've got addition. Oh, I have multiplication and division. So we're going to go multiply left to right from left to right. So this is going to be 8. 2 times 4 is 8. And then 8 divided by 8, which is 1. So now I rewrite. I have 36 minus, I'm going to ditch the parentheses here because I don't really need them anymore. It's just a 1. So 36 minus 1 plus, and then it's plus 1. right? Because I did all of this, the 2 times 4 divided by 8. So then now it's add, subtract, and that again is from left to right. So I subtract, then add, because I'm going left to right. 36 minus 1 is 35. 35 plus 1, final answer, 36. Okay, there you go. That's A. That's the first one. What about B? B, I'm going to rewrite B so we can see a little better. This is 2 times the quantity, 9 minus 6 all squared, all over 18. So what we've got is a situation where you have a fractional situation here. Like you've got some operations to deal with in the numerator, and the denominator is just 18. Sometimes you have operations in both top and bottom, numerator and denominator. So what we want to do is we want to get this into a place where we have a single number up front, and then right now we already still have a single number. So I'm going to use order of operations on the top and get to a single number first to see what it looks like. So first step is grouping symbols. So inside the parentheses, I have 9 minus 6. So I'm going to have 2 times 3 squared all over 18. So that was the first step, and that's dealing with the grouping symbols. Now, after grouping symbols is exponents. After parentheses is exponents. So I deal with the exponent. And that 2, that exponent of 2, that squared, it's only affecting the 3. Because if you look at it, it's on the outside of the parentheses, and the 3 is the only thing inside the parentheses. So what we have is this becomes 2 times what? 3 squared, which is 9 over 18. Now what I've got left is, I'm going to bring this down a little bit. On top, I've got now just multiplication. 2 times 9 is 18. And now I have this 18 over 18. Now I have a single number. This is what I wanted to get to before I then deal with this whole division or this fraction situation. So now I have 18 over 18, which actually can simplify just to be 1. All right, and there's B. There you go.